crypto market के अंदर what happened when Gary Gensler is about to resign and what happened to Elon Musk. And आज बात करेंगे किस तरह BTC की price in the next few days can rise, can fall. We are not sure, but कुछ indicators हैं जो कि बता रहे हैं that BTC price is going to be a little higher. Or before we dive into the details of the video, it's advisable to share, subscribe, and like, and also leave a comment. Okay, let's go into those details. So first of all, what really happened was that Gary Gensler, who was so infamous for sharing his anti-crypto stance, that was basically before the Trump regime, हुआ ये था कि Gary Gensler was the Security Exchange Commission's chairman. He was the person that was so against the crypto. At the same time, he was the one who was giving lectures in MIT. And वो MIT University में जाकर lectures दे रहे थे about the blockchain technology. But later he started saying that there is no legislation, there is no law around Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. So that is why they are illegal. So इतने टाइम में जब Joe Biden अपनी regime में for 5 years रहे, तब तक the crypto scenario in the USA was shadowy, or it was still unknown कि अब market ने किस तरह और किस direction में move करना है. So जितने भी crypto startups थे, crypto companies थी, they were finding it really hard to understand what to do with this legislation, because Ripple का एक case था that was so much famous back in those days, जिसके बारे में ये define नहीं हो पा रहा था whether it's an asset or it's a security. For the people who don't understand what's a security and what's an asset, so let me tell you in simplified form. So asset is anything that basically holds value and can be taken in your custody, and you can later sell it at higher prices. The thing with securities is that it can be traded at instant terms between you and other people. Now, ऐसे scenario में the Gary Gensler stance was that Bitcoin or other crypto assets are not securities, they are assets, so they must not be traded, right? So if they are traded, then they should be called securities, and if they are not traded, they should be called as assets. But इस सारी hiatus में और इस सारी confusion में we or the rest of the world was not really coming to a conclusion कि cryptocurrencies को लेकर what is the USA is the world's biggest economy, the world's biggest power, उसका अपना stance क्या है related to the cryptocurrencies. So उन सबको देखते हुए the overall scenario around Gary Gensler and his anti-crypto stance was so dubious. People were not really understanding कि इस crypto scenario को किस तरह से वो conclude करेंगे. Now, as Donald Trump came into power, he decided that he's going to push Gary Gensler out, who was the chairman of Security Exchange Commission of the USA. So he made a statement in one of his speeches before elections. He said that he is going to fire Gary Gensler when he will be in the power. उसकी इस statement ने उसके एंटी क्रिप्टो नैरेटिव, यानी जो गैरी जेंसलर का एंटी क्रिप्टो नैरेटिव था, उसको भी काफ़ी जो है पुट ऑफ किया. और एंड पीपल स्टार्टेड एक्टिंग प्रो ट्रम्प, यानी ट्रम्प के फेवर में लोगों ने इसलिए भी वोट और इलेक्शंस में उसको जो है वो प्रेसिडेंसी में लेकर आए, बिकॉज ही वॉज सो इन फेवर ऑफ क्रिप्टो. That is the reason we are seeing Gary Gensler going out. So on 20th of January, when Donald Trump will be taking the presidential charge for the USA, the very same day, Gary Gensler is going to be out from his chairmanship. And we are seeing Paul Atkins, a person जो कि बहुत ही close envoy है Donald Trump के अपने ही group में. He's going to be the new SEC's chairman. So things are going to be really changed, just as I mentioned in the yesterday's video कि किस तरह तुम जाकर देख सकते हो कि इन्फ्लेशन क्या इफेक्ट डालती है. So आज बात करेंगे इन्फ्लेशन के बारे में, और आज बात करेंगे गैरी जेंसलर के स्टैंस के बारे में and what he did before he resigned. Today he actually, if you just see on the screen, he basically sued Elon Musk's company Twitter for making or putting these kind of acts when he actually bought those shares at comparatively low prices before acquiring Twitter. If you remember, back in November 2022, Elon Musk bought Twitter और उसने इस डील से पहले बहुत ही डिस्काउंटेड प्राइस पे ट्विटर के शेयर्स को बाय किया था. अब उसके बाय करने के बाद क्या हुआ कि SEC's chairman started to notice, and they basically checked that this is actually an illegal act which does not comply to the Security Exchange Commission's rules. Before you acquire any company's assets and shares, you are required to declare it, that you're going to buy it, and you are basically going to be taking its ownership in the next coming years or time. तो उस टाइम के लिए जो गैरी जेंसलर ने ये चीज़ नोटिस की, बट ही टुक इट राइट नाउ बिफोर हिज रेजिग्नेशन. सो ही डिड व्हाट ही कुड बिफोर हिज रेजिग्नेशन. सो दैट इज लिटिल बैड न्यूज़, जिसकी वजह से डॉज कॉइन की प्राइस को थोड़ा सा डंप मिल सकता है, बिकॉज we associate Doge with Elon Musk, and he is the flag bearer of Dogecoin. So we're going to see some probably a little dip in the price of Dogecoin. Now let's move towards the other news, that is the inflation rate. So inflation rate, that is consumer price index, जो कि एक बहुत core indicator है क्रिप्टो करेंसीज का, क्रिप्टो करेंसी प्राइस वैल्यूएशन को और बिटकॉइन प्राइस मार्केट या चार्ट का. वो ये है कि BTC is actually, we are not seeing whether it will go up or it will go down. We are seeing a 50-50 scenario in the market, whether it's going to be high or it's going to be low. But an indicator is telling that it's going to be high, and how it is. If I just show you on the screen, BTC is actually going to be a little higher, and that is how, because US में जो consumer price index है, that has just come the same as predicted. If for the context, let me tell you what is consumer price index. Consumer price index एक mechanism है economics में. Before we study the charts or forecast the price of BTC, we see what is CPI. CPI is the consumer price index, or the consumer price index of all the goods, यानी वो सब चीज़ें जो तुम डेली की बेसिस पे बाय करते हो, जैसे कि गुड्स, सर्विसेज, क्लोथिंग, फ्यूल्स एंड गैसिंग. ये सब चीज़ें तुम्हें एक कंज्यूमर प्राइस इंडेक्स में, एक कंज्यूमर गुड की बास्केट होती है, उस सबको एक एक्यूमुलेट करके उनकी एग्रीगेट अमाउंट बनाई जाती है, एक एग्रीगेट सम क्रिएट किया जाता है. और अगर इन चीज़ों की प्राइस में थोड़ा सा इंक्रीज देखने को मिले तो हम कहते हैं कि कंज्यूमर प्राइस इंडेक्स हैज़ गॉन हायर. और इसकी जो मेजरमेंट है वो एवरी मंथ की जाती है. सो एवरी मंथ वी डिसाइड, और द US government decide that the CPI has whether it's going to be high or it's going to be low. But it was predicted 2.9%, and this time in January we have seen that it is still the same as predicted. So right now we are not really sure cryptocurrencies की या Bitcoin की price कहाँ जाने वाली है, but there is one good indicator which shows that the price might go high. वो कैसे? Because CPI की एक filtered डेफिनेशन है जो है कोर CPI, विच टेल्स यू दैट जिसमें जितनी भी एनर्जी सेक्टर है और कंज्यूमर गुड्स हैं उनको एक्सक्लूड करके जो हमारे पास एक सेवरल या रिमेनिंग बास्केट ऑफ गुड्स रह जाती हैं, हम उनकी एग्रीगेट सम को ऐड करके एक कोर CPI क्रिएट करते हैं, यानी कोर कंज्यूमर प्राइस इंडेक्स को क्रिएट करते हैं. लेकिन उसकी प्रेडिक्शन के मुताबिक जो कि 3.2% प्रेडिक्शन थी फॉर जनवरी, 3.2% जो है वो तुम्हें प्रेडिक्शन जो है वो नज़र आएगी स्क्रीन पे, जैसे आपके सामने होगा. So as per that, when the CPI decreases, the government eases loan. It is easier for the government to give you loan on lesser rates. If you go to a bank, वो तुम्हें कम prices पे, interest rates पे और कम interest rates पे तुम्हें loan provide करेंगे, which can actually help you buy more Bitcoin. So this is a good indicator. उसके साथ साथ तो मैं बता दूं कि there is S&P 500 जो है वो बेसिकली एक US स्टॉक एक्सचेंज के 500 फॉर्च्यून कंपनीज हैं, उनके स्टॉक्स भी abruptly after CPI core data they just skyrocketed. और उसकी जो डिटेल्स हैं they are on the screen just in front of you. They have just increased drastically. 85 points it increased. The moment S&P 500 companies skyrocketed, the very same time the Bitcoin price skyrocketed. कहाँ वो 94,000 पर था, and just after the CPI core inflation came out at 3.2% instead of 3.3%, the core CPI inflation rate, the chances or the price of BTC just skyrocketed to 99,000. And we are seeing good numbers because after 20th of January, we are seeing BTC price going up. How? Because Donald Trump is going to take the charge. So these are some of the nice numbers we have. Also, it is advisable to listen to the complete video till the end, because most of the time people ask me about why they're not understanding, because they do not understand how the market works. So do I do recommend that you watch the video till the end, so that things are really apprehensible and easier to understand for you. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comments. I'll be happier to answer there, but it's always advisable to watch the video completely. अच्छा, अब यहाँ पर हमारे लिए क्या क्या अच्छा है, इस सब डाटा का हमें क्या जस्ट है, इसका कोर क्या है? इसकी कोर ये है कि एज द CPI is going to be lower, we are having more money in the market. More money means people will have more chances to buy more Bitcoin, and expectedly when people buy more Bitcoin, its demand gets higher और उसकी प्राइस भी increase कर जाती है. So we are going to see BTC prices going up in the coming time. Let's see what we have. So that is it for today's video. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and click on the bell icon, and also comment and share with your friends. Have a good one.